You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Plenty of writers died heroes in a loose sense of the term. I mean, they didn't do anything too sketchy, and their literary legacies live on reasonably unstained by villainy. Others live long and recklessly enough to enter their villain arc, or at least long enough for their villainous actions to come to light. Let's talk about them.
No fluff writing advice. Cut the fluff!
I'm starting with a borderline case to ease us into the truly diabolical author villains. For years, George R.R. Martin was practically royalty, at least to fantasy fans. His Song of Ice and Fire series was truly epic, and the Game of Thrones TV adaptation drew in a whole new audience of people who, up until that point, thought fantasy was just something that happened in the bedroom. Then George stopped writing. More accurately, he stopped writing his biggest, most successful series that fans were frothing at the crotch for. It's actually okay to stop writing your series. Plenty of writers do it, but the stopping should only happen after you've written the last book. Look, I don't think fans or former fans despise George R.R. Martin. At worst, they're frustrated, some are merely disappointed, others are indifferent, they've moved on. Just like we're moving on to our next author who really has done something rather villainous. Patrick Rothfuss, author of the Kingkiller Chronicle, is another author who stopped writing his winning series before finishing the last book, Doors of Stone. Someone really needs to tell these people how it works. Finish writing the series, then stop, not before. You don't stop halfway through cooking a meal and then serve it up raw. I mean, any reasonable person wouldn't. Anyway, Paddy's biggest issue isn't his inability to provide a satisfying climax, it's that he made a promise. If his charity raised a certain amount of money, he would do three things. 1. Share the prologue from Doors of Stone on his live stream. Great, that's something. 2. Share a full chapter from Doors of Stone. Oh, now we're talking. 3. Share another saucy secret about the series. Yeah, who cares? When his charity did reach the target, did Paddy provide the goods? Did he stay true to his word? No, but he did take the money, and that's why, unlike George R.R. Martin, Rothfuss is a genuine knob-noggin. Let's talk J.K. Rowling, billionaire author of the Harry Potter series. Yes, she has FU money, and she's not afraid to say FU to trans people, I guess. I don't know the full story, and I'm not going to waste my mental bandwidth figuring it out. I mean, wasn't she accused of being too woke at one point for retroactively making Gandalf gay? Nope, wrong wizard. Whatever the case, many fans, brands, and even Harry Potter actors have distanced themselves from the author, and now all she has is $1 billion to fall back on. Tough times. Now, let's discuss a real, unquestionably villainous villain from the despised author buffet, fantasy author David Eddings. Apparently, he and his wife adopted 2 children only to physically abuse them to the point that the kids were taken away and the couple went to jail. Apparently, they kept one kid in a cage. Yeah, really dark stuff. The thing is, Eddings started his arc as the villain, only becoming a successful author after his conviction. Most people didn't know about his past as he rose to fame and fortune as an author. Nowadays, a public figure would make front page internet news for eating a taco wrong. For the record, there's no wrong way to eat a taco as long as it ends up in your mouth. Another allegedly villainous villain is a still living Neil Gaiman. Gaiman has been accused of sexual misconduct. I mean, that's not a strong enough term, but I'm not sure what YouTube allows. I won't go into the details, but the accusations against Gaiman have caused perhaps one of the biggest author related falls from grace in history. Fell right from heaven and into hell, it seems. Gaiman has, of course, denied the accusations. They always do, innocent or not. And the whole situation looks about as messy as you'd expect. Projects have been cancelled, fans are voicing their disgust. There are even some reports of people burning books. That'll teach him. I mean, he already got your money. If you're going to burn a book out of spite, don't pay for it first. Look, it seems the case is far from closed, so we'll see. David Eddings and Neil Gaiman's situations raise an important question. Should we separate the artist from the art, the author from the story? In my opinion, if Gaiman did what he's accused of, it's probably best not to reward him by buying his books while he's alive, even if it is just to burn them. But once he's left the mortal realm, who cares? You can still enjoy an author's work even if you don't enjoy the author themselves. But I don't think villains should be rewarded for their villainy. With that said, life isn't a storybook and sometimes the villains do win. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, hit subscribe anyway, and hate watch my content. That's always fun.